This
Yeah,
conference will
yeah,
now be recorded.
yeah, I can hear. So let me start. This is Vinay here. So we can start with the Oracle B2B session. So why? Okay, I will start with one small presentation. Like we can next we can move on the actual presentation, actual B2B server, and we can see all the things. So why Oracle B2B is used? It's B2B is used for any communication with between the different enterprises or different trading partner, we can say, for exchanging the document and those things. But there are different way of exchanging document. But why we use the B2B? B2B in B2B, like we can have a clear view and like it's manageable, and we can track and trace everything on the B2B portal, like which all documents were sent and how we received. And we have different many functionality in B2B, acknowledgement we get for the message being sent or message being received. We send back the response acknowledgement. So all these feature helps us to use the Oracle B2B. So what Oracle B2B actually does? Oracle B2B enable the secure and reliable exchange of message between the enterprises and its trading partner. And in the B2B, mainly we can divide it into five parts, what all we have on the B2B server, what we all manage. So first part is the document management. It's main thing, like where we manage all the document, like whether it will be a custom type or EDI type or any other document type. We all define like which all document needs to be sent from enterprise or which all document need to be received. So those all things we manage under the document management. Transport and second part is transport and exchange management. In this, we decide for which partner, which transport method we need to use, and which exchange protocol we need to follow for that. So there we can manage for some partner we can use some different transport method, we can use different exchange, we can use different security for different partners. And another third portion comes trading partner management, where we define the different trading partner on our B2B server, and we can give them access to view their trading partner level view. Like they can manage from there, they can add some other, we can give different kind of privilege to see their their partner management, and they can provide some access to, if if we are giving them the admin access to for that partner, they can provide the access to other team member to monitor uh, admin access. But that will be for that partner only. We can't see our total, like our complete host partner details, everything. And next things comes report and monitoring. So on B2B, we can see all the report, and we can monitor the, like how many message we received, how many message we sent, and which all message failed, which all message, what payload came. So we can see this under the report and monitoring. And the last one, like one more thing is system management. So there we can do the EDI batching and different kind of things. Like we have option of downtime, call out, different things we have, like deployment, import, export. So those things comes under the system management. So now under document management, this enables the definition, validation, and identification, batching, routing, these things. So this we will see in the next screen. Here we manage the document, we define the custom document, we can define the EDI fact, EDI X12, HL7, different type of document we can configure, which will be used by our trading partner, and we will be receiving either document. So we can define everything here. So under document protocol, it will come the document revision, and then document type, that document definition. So there are so lot of things which we can use for identifying a document. Then a second part comes the transport management. So Oracle B2B enables like different kind of transport method and different kind of messaging services also. So we can use the Oracle AQ, JMS, file, FTP, SFTP, HTTP, HTTPS, SMTP, and these all protocol we can use a transport protocol. And for messaging service, we can use AS1, AS2, AS4, these things. But broadly, currently we use the AS2 format. And for earlier during the 11C time and a few times back, we were using the WAN thing for transfer of the message for the EDI messages. But now everyone is preferring the AS2 over HTTPS. So we are now preferring this. So there are different message we can select all these things. INF will be used for Rosetta Net. So that is for a specific Rosetta Net format, and different. AS1 is kind of mail, so this message will follow the SMTP protocol, and through that the message will be sent. So these are the different formats which B2B supports. Now under the partner management, we can define the partners, and we can for partner we can define the agreement. And overall concept B2B lies on the agreement, and agreement with any agreement happens between two parties. So here one will be the host partner and one will be the trading partner or different partner. So between these two, one agreement will be created. So what that agreement will use, which kind of document, which kind of channel, so we all define there in under the partner management. It all comes under the partner management. What partner, which document, which delivery channel, which identification, and other things. Now under the system management, like we have so many options in the admin. When we will log in on the this Oracle B2B server, then we will see the one admin. If we have the admin access, we will get this option for system management, where we can see all this option. So we have a deploy option where we can monitor, query, and deploy the agreement which we created in the partner management. So we can deploy those agreements here. We can manage the deployment. We can like if any agreements need to be purged, we need to deactivate the agreement, we can do from manage deployment. Type, this is identification we used in Oracle B2B. By default we have some kind of authentication, means we have some type defined by default. But if we need to add any custom identification, we can use that option in the type, and we can use under the partner management dash type. So again, we have import export option from moving from one server to different server, we need this option. And we have different option also, but this is one of this. So we can import or export the MDS complete repository of the agreement to different server, or one by one agreement also we can import and export. So we have both the option here. Batching mainly we use for the EDI messages. So in the EDI we can group like 50 or 100 messages in a batch, and we can send at one a time at a particular interval or at a fixed timing every day. Means we can schedule the messages in the way which we want to send. So we have this option under the administration B2B admin option, and we can manage the batch. We can define the this downtime also for any partner. So during that downtime, the messages will be processed, but the messages will not be sent to the partners. So B2B will process, but it will hold the messages, and once the partner downtime is up, then we will send the message to the partner. Then we have a call out option. So call out is mainly used when we are getting some different message, and we want to manipulate with the messages in the B2B itself. We want to remove some portion, or we want to change the format, then this call out is used. But it is rarely used because we need to create one Java class, and then we need to upload on WebLogic server. Then we need to use this call out option to manipulate the message. So this is one of the option we can use. B2B have given flexibility. Now listening channel. So this listening channel is for the host trading partner under the here, under the admin console. So here what we can do, how messages from the SOA layer will be consumed into the B2B. So there we have option of AQ, FTP, different option also. we have for listening channel. So host listening channel we can configure here. Then define system parameters like where the large payload will be saved, or different system configuration we can define under this admin B2B admin portion of the system. Now in the reports and monitoring, like we have option of seeing the different kind of messages, application message we can see, like what message was transmitted between the middleware layer and B2B. So we can see that at business message we can see what message was sent or what message we received. We have error message tab where we can see the error message, where we can see the wire message, what message like we send to the partner and what message we receive from the partner. This is called the wire message, which also we can see. And then conversation correlation of message, like when we use the AS2 like exchange message exchange format, then in that case we receive the MDN, which is called message delivery notification or like acknowledgement kind of thing. So in that, once we send the message, once a message is received by the server on the partner side, they send a MDN, which is called acknowledgement kind of message. So those two messages, like originally sent message and the acknowledgement received message will be correlated. So that is the concept of correlation here. So we can see like for which message response came back as acknowledgement. And in the metrics we can see all the statistics like how many messages were received today, which all error, and all these things we can see here. So mainly B2B, Oracle B2B lies on these 5 things we do on the B2B server, like these all things. So any concern or anything, then we can move to the actual B2B server and we can see all these and these options there.
So one question is actually, so will you be describing the ECS XSD files and how you're going to use that on the SOA projects also? Because that's one thing I wanted to.
Yeah, ECS, yeah, that I will explain, like document editor and everything I will explain.
Okay, so generating the
So
document.
for which format you want? For EDI?
EDI and X12, mainly EDI and X12 actually. Those
Yes, okay. Yeah, EDI X12, yes, same.
Okay.
So in EDI we have different formats. So EDI X12, which we have one of kind of that. So
Okay.
in EDI X12, I can cover this 856, 850. Like in broadly, I have worked on these 850, 856, and other
Right.
861, and 860. So I can
So
cover
are
this.
you going to, yeah, one thing is, are you going to have a predefined examples? Because I don't want you to spend time wasting with during the class trying to figure out the examples and then show it to us during that time. Because I think, I mean, everyone's time is valuable. So I would expect you to be prepared before the class to show us
No,
examples.
so
Is that a fair
in the
expectation?
yeah, in the B2B document editor, it will take just 1 minute to like configure the guideline file or anything XSD. So it's
Okay.
predefined, every format is there, every
Right.
version is
Right.
there in B2B document tool. So it
Right.
doesn't take much. It will take just
Right, right.
one
But
or
no, no.
two
But
minutes.
what I'm saying is about the actual test files actually, like the actual data that's coming through. If you were to do a demo, then you're going to prepare the test data and then demo it to us, right?
For 856 B2B generate the test data also.
Okay.
Like for EDI actual format, it generates the test data also. If you want any actual test
Okay.
data, I can pull from some for 850 and 856. I will pull from somewhere.
Okay.
So I
Uh,
have on the
yeah.
Excel system.
Okay. Sounds good. I have a question on slide number 4. Can you go to slide number 4?
Yeah, okay.
So what is the difference between the two transports and messaging services? Can you explain a little bit more detail there?
No, so like yeah, this transport, like these are the transport method, like how we will use FTP, SFTP, HTTP. These are the transport method. Like AS1 uses this SMTP to send the messages.
Okay.
These are the messaging services kind of envelope kind of thing. So
Okay.
AS1 messaging services inside uses this SMTP protocol to send the messages. So what happens from enterprise server, like it will send the message to like enterprise SMTP server there. Then there will be a SSL security and other things. So from there, message will be transformed and sent to the trading partner SMTP server, and from there they will get the payload through AS2 means AS1. So these things. Like similarly in the AS2, it will be sent over the HTTPS.
It's sent over as HTTPS. Okay.
Yeah. So here like we can like encrypt the message, and we can add the security also, like
Mhm.
um, for exchanging the messages. So
So you're
AS2
going
will
to
be
go, yeah. So you're going to go over the security, like about this installing certificates and any necessary setups, any additional setups needed for setting up these secure connections.
secure connection. That is a part of WebLogic team, but like if you want, I can go over somewhere. Like, but
Okay.
that needs to be added in the key store of the WebLogic server, and from there it will come
Right. Right.
here. Like one option is there, and we can select that directly that option. So key need to be
Okay.
imported, and then public private key need to be shared between the enterprises. So those
Okay.
things will. Yeah,
Yeah, but high level at least. I mean, just go over that so
yeah,
that we.
yeah. High level, I can. So mainly here in the from B2B perspective, Oracle AQ, JMS are like these only will be used. These are not much used, and IMAP and POP3 we can use for sending direct messages to the customer email or something if there is any requirement. But I faced some issue with POP3 IMAP support in this while sending the messages out to the from B2B. So IMAP support I have done that, but POP3 I was not successful to send the messages. If the mail server or any mail ID support the IMAP, then we can send the message directly to the mail also after transforming the B2B message. That option I have tried.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there are some limitations also.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm.
So, Siva, can we go to the server? And see? Hello.
It's there. You can just log in.
Okay. Okay. Let me. Yeah. So, what I was discussing here in this five part, first part of this B2B thing, document management. So here we do all the document management like under the custom, under the EDI actual. These two will be custom will be used for this flat file transfer. We can use are like for this XML format. We can use this custom document type. So here we can create a new version or something. So just sample I will show, I will not change anything. So here we can create everything. So here we can create new document type. It can be PO type or ASN type when we want to send the simple XML transfer between the two parties. So, and we can define definition here.
Vinay, some lagging is there. Just wait.
Okay, okay.
Just stop the screen and again show that.
Are you able to see now?
No, not yet.
Okay, 1 minute. Hello.
Wait a minute. I'll show my
Okay.
screen. On it. Just a minute. Just a second. 1 minute.
Okay.
What I'll do, I'll present my system. Yeah, now we can.
Okay.
Vinay, you can do now.
Okay. So here, like what I mentioned, like inside the custom document type, we can define one kind of revision. So this is basically I logged in into WebLogic like this B2B console using this admin login. We have the access of admin. Some user can have access of admin user. Some can have monitor access. When people will get the monitor access, they will not see this administration option. So and they will not be able to do all these things. So under admin option, this will come. So under custom document type, we have different document protocol. So under custom, we can define some revision. Like just now I selected default, we can give the 1.0 or something. Then we can define the custom document type, and when we can define this document definition. So here under the document definition, if it's here we can define whether it's XML or XSD, like flat file or XML. So we can define this and we can choose the definition file, which is XSD. So we can select all these things. Here we have the option. I don't have the sample XSD for now. So let me go with this flat file option, and I will show like how we do this. Here we can define sub identifier, and we have this XPath expression. So we can define this to search the messages in the report section. When I will come, I will show here like how we search the message. So we can define the XPath expression here, and based on that, we can define PO number or something here, and we can use that option on there to search the messages. So these all are options we have here. And we need to but that option will be possible only in the case of XML. It will not be possible in the case of flat file. In the XML, we will have the XPath, so we can provide the XPath, and we will get the values in the XML header kind of thing in the report system. So under this document type, we have all these options: EDI, SQL, 4Go, 6Go, 4Go, 1Go, everything. Here I think already one created it with this document. So second one was this transport and exchange management. So here transport and transport and exchange management. So there are two different layer of transport messages. This transport listening channel will happen between the middleware layer and B2B layer. So here where I currently I am here. So here we will create the listening channel, like how B2B will listen message from the SOA layer or middleware layer. So we can define different kind of listening channel here. We can we can select file FTP, this general AQ or general JMS. So normally we use these two options, AQ and JMS, and for file transfer or something we can use this SFTP option also. So basically these three will be used mostly.
So this is a listening channel for the external vendors to. I mean, so basically
No,
to
no,
listen
not
to the.
no, no. This is listening channel for B2B layer to our B2B server, middleware to B2B server. So
Middleware to
this is
B2B
listening
server.
that
Okay.
layer, and the different listening channel will come at the partner level.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's good. So this is
So
more internal interaction between the B2B and the SOA overall the SOA architecture kind of thing.
so architecture our local server. So this
Yeah.
is between these
Yeah. Okay.
for getting the message from between
Okay.
so next is the partner management. So I will go to partner management. Then under the system management, I will come. So inside the partner management, we will have one host partner. Like here currently is the this ABC host partner, and other will be the trading partners, which we can add. Like we can add multiple numbers. So from here, like we can add any trading partner name. We can provide some. So it will be created, and here under trading partner name, like we can provide all the identifier and everything. So identifier, we have some predefined identifier in the B2B. So we can add like these are the all predefined identifier, EDI, group ID, EDI, group ID identifier, and different. For EDI, we have this. For AS2 identifier, we have. So if we need to define any custom identifier, so in administration, we have one option of type. So here we have type option. So inside the type, we can create a new type. So basically that will not be needed. Those are sufficient, but just I wanted, so if any custom things is needed, so how we can, so here now if we will search, so that option will come. This text identifier is coming. So we can add any custom identifier also, and we have some predefined identifier. So for EDI actual, we will use this EDI and identifier mainly. EDI interchange ID, EDI group ID, and EDI group ID qualifier. So we will be using these parameter for EDI. For XML, only name and AS2 identifier will be sufficient. We can use any other also, but any other for XML identifier, but AS2 identifier and name, with the name we can identify the message for the XML and flat file transfer. So here, like inside the this new partner, we can define the user. Like for user, we can, like for user, we can give the access to different user. First we need to define that user in the Oracle identity management and other things on the WebLogic server, and then we can add that user here, and we can provide the access to that user for this partner. So that partner, that user will be able to see only this partner level details. Let me try to add if any user is here. I think we don't have, only admin user is here. So we can configure this in WebLogic server, and we can add here. So if here we will get two option, like one admin option, one monitor option. So this partner can, with admin access, can provide monitor access to other team members also. So this is the way, like it like here works. And now inside the document, we can add the document what we created there inside the custom. So here we select all the document definition and other things from there. So if it's EDI at 56, and if it's inbound, so we can select this. Let's go with the EDI 856 example. So in the EDI 856 for inbound, this BCD will be the sender, and for inbound messages it will be sender. So we can select this option, and we can save the document. So for only EDI for 856, only in the document definition by default I see only this one document type is defined. For enabling the functional acknowledgement, we need to define the 997 also, and we need to enable here while defining the agreement. So in the document, we can add all the documents which all will be needed for communication with the this trading partner. There can be thousands of documents if we are dealing with the all type of transaction. Which all transaction is needed with this partner, we can all add all the documents here. And now comes the
Can
channel.
we have a combination of documents like X12 and EDIFACT
Yeah, we can
for
have.
a
Yeah,
single partner? You can have
we
it.
can have. We can have. If we want to send the XML document to AS2, we can do the same thing with the partner, and we can send the EDI document also.
Okay.
So that now under the channel, like how these documents will be sent to the BCD. So we can define the channel here, and we can select different option we have here. So normally we use AS2 for sending the message, and this is most preferred now. Earlier we were using the WAN account for EDI X12, but like this is more preferable now. Managing the WAN was still a pain. So here we can select the AS2, we can give the AS2 URL, and we can select this inside the security. We can select the key parameter. Like once we will get their key, we will upload, and then we can include the digital encryption here. Like when it will be uploaded on the key server, key store in the WebLogic, this option will come, and we can define the encryption, which all encryption will be used for sending the messages. So it will encrypt the message if we will select this option and message sign. So it will do all the things. So already here few are enabled, but I think key and signature are not configured. Only this encryption methods are used, but those key are not configured. So we can get the key from them, and we can import into the key store, and we can use here to send the document with the those things. So one channel we can means we can define multiple channel, but for sending one document, only one channel will be used. So now coming to the partner, so these all is related to. So this channel is the outbound channel. So now we have option here for creating the agreement. So we can create the agreement here. Secure digital signature is not loaded, so that's why. So agreement we can. So we can define here, like, and here we can select the document definition, like which I think here. So here, like document definition was not defined as a receiver. So I thought it's inbound document. So here in the this host trading partner, we need to define this as a receiver also. So then it will.
So it is looking for some common transaction or common documents defined in both the main trading partner. That ABC is a default trading partner, right? Which is
No,
representing
ABC
the
is the host.
organization.
ABC,
Yeah,
yeah,
is the
ABC is the
host.
host trading partner. Yeah,
Yeah,
host trading partner. So here by default, I think while selecting, it was selected as sender only. So for host trading partner,
right.
all document, every document can be inbound and outbound type of document. So, but by default, I think somehow it was selected as the sender only. So
Okay.
it was outbound kind of document. But for ABC perspective, what I was trying to create as a inbound document, because for BCD, I selected BCD as a sender, and
Okay.
here it was not defined as a receiver, so that's why it was not showing any document type defined. So
Okay.
now if we will go to the BCD, and we will create a new agreement. Here agreement option we will select. So here it will come to this agreement will come from BCD to ABC. This document definition will come. So here like what all so here we can all add all the identifier defined. So here for this ABC, we have already these identifier defined. So we can add here. For BCD, once we will add the identifier there, so it will show here, and we can add those identifier for receiving the message. And once the identifier will match in the header of the ADI segment, then messages will come through. And here like Funkac, currently it's selected, but it will not work as we didn't have defined this 997 document in the document portion of this the document management. So once for functional acknowledgement to work, we need to define 997 EDI also, and then it will be enabled. So once we will receive the message from BCD, like ABC, we will receive the messages from BCD, and it will automatically send the 997 functional lag also. And if we are using the AS2 channel, so in AS2 channel we send the MDN also, message delivery notification, which is called which we call as a TAC also, technical acknowledgement kind of thing. Means message has reached their server, from their message has reached our server. So technical acknowledgement can be error also or success also. So we can see like which kind of technical we got, whether they received the message successfully or not. So these all feature here in the partner management we do.
So
And now,
if the senders are not sending the segment, I mean, initial envelope with the proper identifiers, what happens to those messages actually?
so messages will not get identifier. It will be in error. In the report, it will be in error status, and
Yes.
under the error status, it will mention like these identifier are missing. And if you will not match any identifier, it will show into the error like message is not recognized, but it will come under the report section of this.
Okay. Does B2B send any error notifications? I mean, can we configure that way for any
So
of these?
yeah, we can configure like from here, like suppose we are getting the negative tag, our messages we didn't receive. So from like those tag will go to the default queue. If it's JMS, it will go to the B2B queue, B2B in queue or B2B out queue. And if it's this AQ, so it will go into the IP in queue. So from IP in queue, in the middleware process, we can consume the messages for TechAC, and based on that, like we can see like whether it failed or that happens. So that error handling we can do on the middleware layer. So based on the funcac or based on the any error notification, we will pick the messages from the this B2B in queue or IP in queue, default queue, and we will send the notification or whatever we want to do.
Okay.
So for any anything, it will drop the message into this default queue.
Okay. So one question is, so for example, EDI for EDI or X12, I mean, once the message comes in, I'm assuming like the message is in EDI. So for EDI, it's EDI format, right?
Yeah,
And
it is.
so and EDI format, the B2B will use the ECS file or XSD file to convert that into an XML message
Yeah,
for inbound processing. Let's say for inbound processing
yeah.
to answer. And that, so how does that converted XML message, how does it go to the SOA layer actually for, let's say, for
So
B2B,
Soul,
for people or
yeah,
mediator to function on it actually?
yeah. So by default, it will go to the, if we don't configure here anything, like take the example of this BCD where this agreement is inbound. So
Mhm,
here we have the option of this channel. So this
mhm.
channel will be configured under this post trading partner.
Okay,
So here, if we don't define anything, it will go to the default queue.
default
So
queue.
default
Okay, okay,
default in the administration by default it's the JMS queue, but in the
uh-huh.
here we have one property.
Okay,
So 1 minute, let me see here one property there. So if we don't define the JMS queue by default, so it will go
mhm.
to the A queue. So by default there are two queues.
Excuse
So
me.
here JMS, yes, sir.
So we have 4 minutes left. Maybe you can
Okay,
wrap it up in 4 minutes.
okay, okay. Okay.
Thank you.
So here JMS queue as default is false, so it will go to the AQ. On the B2B only we have two configuration, JMS queue and AQ. And here JMS queue is false, so it will go to the default AQ.
Okay, and then how do I access that message from that? So I'll be using the B2B adapter on the, let's say, on the Beeple
No,
or
so
mediator.
we have different
Yeah.
order, adapter. We can use directly B2B binding. We can use the AQ adapter. There are so many configuration from
Okay,
like
okay.
in the JDeveloper we have directly AQ adapter. So we can use that and we can provide the queue name as IP in queue, and we can provide the message selector also if we have provided here.
So
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 we have
you're
all
saying
those options.
basically those default either AQ or JMS queues can be directly accessed in the in the
Yeah,
JDeveloper. Okay.
and we can create the custom queue also on the WebLogic, and we can configure here like inside this ABC channel we can configure all the custom queue if we have added. So means we can customize the messages in which queue messages should go if we don't want to default to existing queue. So we
Okay.
can customize that also. We have all these
Okay.
options. Now coming back to the metrics and report and last option. So here under the metrics and report, we can see which all messages we sent and all those things. will show which all messages we received, what is the error count and everything. And under the report, there are different kind of report: business message, wire message. Wire message is basically between the partner and host partner, means host partner and trading partner. Application message is between the B2, means the middleware layer, and B2B. Error message and conversation is again like correlation of messages for getting the ticket or those messages.
Okay.
And under the administration, we have system management option: purging, listening, purging other configuration, batch ID, deployment, agreement, import, export. All these options we have under the administration.
Okay.
So we should be good with introduction, I think. Any doubt?
Yeah, I believe we are good. Vin, do you have any questions, Ganesh?
No, I'm good. This is very good. Thank you, Sri.
Don't think Ganesh joined. Okay. Lakshman, you have any further questions? We can
No,
discuss. Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah, thank you, Lakshman and Vin, for joining quickly. Thank you, Vinay, for the demo session. And Shiva, for arranging, we'll provide the feedback as soon as early as possible.
Yes.
Today.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you, Vinay.
Okay.
Thanks all.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, bye.